side completely open. There's no teams gatekeeping school, apartment, Potato Hill, even the western edge of farm. So unless they really crash into each other mid-rotation, I don't expect any early squad wipes over to the west near Pachinki. Should be relatively safe. There's also George Paul. You can have Avalanche and Mad Esports going for their slow but steady rotate into the play zone. So we should be able to see them making it further into this match indeed. As Shelter will be the dead center here of Circle 1. Gonna have a few teams in a decent position, but Destine to Rise, big fans of Shelter. They love going down in there, hiding the buggies in the lower portion of Shelter itself, and just surviving. They're like the moles of the lobby. If you don't know they're there, they will survive and they will take home the podium. They're really good at it.
Yeah, dude, they love it. They love it. Sitting pretty inside their little mole hole and just waiting out all the competition till summer comes around. That's what we've seen a fair few times from that team. Will it be happening here, though? That's the question. Do wonder how things are going to go for Aurora once they get back into a position where they will actually have to play against other teams as well. Will their heads get a bit too big? Will the rot get to them? And will they crumble? And can they take this one in their stride, play a slower game out and be able to get themselves into a good position themselves? Collapse here from TGM, up close and personal towards AMIX as they drive by and a few shots are delivered on target. Sanic looking to get the lineup, but it doesn't look that great for either team. Effectively ending in a stalemate so far.
And this spot, Alamo, is not even in the play zone, so not worth it. But you know what? Maybe worth it now. When you get those initial knocks and a bit of damage onto AMIX, you create a bit of an advantage for yourself. Hoping to now kind of capitalize on this opportunity they created for their squad. It's TGM. Retro got a bit solo there. Default on the back line does get an angle onto him. We have yet to see any knock really coming through after that initial nade. Sanic now behind the door frame, cooking that nade, looking to chuck in CQC right to the face. That's a beautiful nade. Very phallic vibe from 4 Thrives. You learn from the best. Generation going through the window. Kvik, what is going on? That's a big misplay. Easy pickup for TGM. Generation of MIRACL, a miraculous run in this compound breach. Only losing Retro so far. It's a pretty decent dub, but getting overwhelmed. Sanic going solo once again. So many misplays individually from these two teams. Now, just put in Misa trying to make it work out. Default a little bit too far in the open, but he still wins the fight. The one-on-one trade on to put in. How does that work out? Misa attempting a reset, but AMIX got the 2v1 advantage. And this is looking like a game over play. TGM was looking so good initially, but everything falls apart as AMIX stand tall and claim those 4 eliminations.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Sanic had no ammo. When he went round the corner, the clip was dry. It had run empty. Literally had no ammo in the mag, mate, and didn't know why he couldn't shoot him when he was standing on the stairs. That's a hell of a panic on that one. Nightmare fuel scenario. So it results in TGM losing out on a fight it felt like they had basically won. Went into that engagement very comfortably. But no, not happening here as they're dealt with. You can see towards the coastal line as well, a setup from Aurora there looking comfortable.
It seemed like Destine to Rise heard this fight happening. They read the elimination feed. They know a full squad got eliminated, and they know 2 players were flushed on the other team. They know this is a duo. It's not in circle. Do you want to take that risk? Seemed like for Ralph it might be the case, with a buggy going for the wide wraps, sending it south into Alamo itself. Nade cooked up, primed for default. Just get a bit of damage. 2 back-to-back. It will not connect default with a jump shot on the DBS. What a huge engage. Can the duo take it home once again? Bring it up to 8. Eliminations total. There's a possibility. Darling also going for the wide wraparound over to the west. So many misplays happen in this compound. I was being very critical, but it's going to be Havlik. First to fall on the duo, down to default in the clutch scenario. In a very nadeable building. He's got to be on the move, got to be on the pivot. As the blue engulfs the area, adding an extra time factor to the equation. The default's been looking so good with the DBS in the past. Will it be enough? As over, actually another third party's unfolding. Jackie is just non-stop here. 27 plus, one a piece of the compound.
Everyone wants to fight, it seems, and the shots are on target from all sides. Havlik eventually expires to D2R that pull up, and then 27 plus next in line to find their way through the party. But will the bouncers deny them entry? Can D2R hold them back? Good shots from Ruzen, primed on target as Betts bites the bullet literally and falls over. So it gets incredibly comfortable there. Everyone hearing this dinner bell being rung. And for D2R, they might want to just cut their losses on it, realizing it's not worth the risk of losing any more stock here. Yeah, mate, everyone's coming over.
What's going on in Alamo? It's not even in circle. And actually, Destined to Rise were in shelter, and it's literally dead center of Circle 3. Why did they leave such a great nest they created for themselves, a nest of safety, to go fight not even in the circle? Big head scratcher there, not sure what's really happening. As Destined to Rise, yeah, you can see on the elimination feed, down to just a solo. And I think that here, as he's surrounded by players of 27 plus and Ozarox, things are looking quite grim. As Aurora, though, one knock does come out. But they are dead center of the circle. They went for one of those big Hail Mary sends, Jackie. Luckily enough, though, it did not result in a flush, so they're going to remain as a full squad in a very strong position on this circle. This could be the smash coming up if they can survive even more going into Circle 4.
Yeah, if they can get themselves into a late game finish, it could be absolutely massive for them. Now, Aurora took a little bit of damage and did have one player knocked, but they've been able to pick him back up, so they're still a four-man squad for now. Tommy there from Avalanche getting the adjustments back over as well and being able to light up another team. So many squads that could expire out towards the blue that have been just fighting on top of each other. Crates on top of crates as they're all losing their grasp. Consistently just trying to tag in the next team. It's still going.
It's not a good position. It doesn't make any sense to me. There are so many good available options in the playable area. And yet they're just hungry for eliminations. I think it is also a knockoff effect in a way that some teams just kind of gave up hope, which is not great. I wish they had the mentality of just keep on going, trying to get that price point increase. But some teams just maybe just going a bit more, let's just send it because why the hell not? We're not making in top 4. And we've seen that kind of a desperate attempt at getting these fights going. As Ozarox, though, will try and think better of it. Will go back into their vehicles, going for the wide northern rotate. Actually do spot that airdrop. What is it going to be? EBS swap going to pick up the P90 that we saw right last game, was such an absolute menace. And this time it's going to be in the hands of Leon of Ozarox.
Mate, it could be a real big backbone of a weapon to put to use. But we'll see if Ozarox can cook with it. TT Project on the wrap back around towards the row side, get themselves back in the zone and get moving down towards the commotion that's happening. It's a good center circle set up from Aurora as well right now, as they've been able to sit pretty and get the full heal back on their teammate that went down a couple minutes ago. So we reached the 15-minute mark and they're still alive for now, in a decent position to try run the clock down on this game. Same cannot be said for D2R, that forced their fights out in the blue with everyone ringing the dinner bell. And one by one, all the teams that went there have left broken and bruised. Ozarox, a similar squad that went in that direction, lost Bad Boy. They're down to a triple threat. Bullets being spat towards them. TT Project fighting ARCRED as they will achieve some nice damage towards them and make it a bit more uncomfortable for that side.
I mean, TT Project looking quite comfortable in the rankings. Sure, it's only a trio, but they only need 4 more points to join Aurora in the smash zone. But will they be able to join them? Because Aurora still are a full squad and they're dead center of this circle on the outskirts of Lumberyard next to Milton Shelter. And they got a great compound. It's going to be Squad House on that ridge line. TT Project, though, a bit of a risky push here inside of Shelter itself. They don't know where the players are parked up. It's a risky push and they will get punished. 1 down, 2 down, down to Effie's. And as a solo, getting 4 points in a lobby that still has 42 players alive is not looking too good. It's looking quite dire, in fact, as he's getting full-on chased. Ozarox not going to be taking any prisoners with a P90 of Leon. That will be the end of the line. TT Project, again, failing to make their way into the smash zone. This is a great opportunity for the likes of Goat Team and Vicious.
Yeah, this is a brilliant position, mate. Dream scenario now to try and climb on this one, so let's see what they can do. Atomic, with his eyes lighting up, finds another member of Ozarox, and they are down to a duo. So it's getting worse for wear there. Oh, Fearless up top side as well. Good. Finds the angle on the peak. Hardboy unable to tuck into cover. Star panicking. Oh, mate. Somehow dodges the shots to tuck back in towards shelter, but they might just send Atomic cratering down to chase him and see if they can force him out of that mole hole that he's playing inside of. Fleek up on the hill, now just a sacrifice, but DG77 are hearing all of this, so they've got a better read onto what's going on over towards the entry to shelter, and Star can just set up, he can just play and see if you push down now.
Alright, it's going into stage 5, so he's going to use up a lot of meds just to survive and get maybe a placement point. We are top 10, right? So only 2 more teams to get eliminated, and we are going to see those placement points coming out for these teams that are remaining. Star looking to peek. Yeah, he knows with that blue zone damage is a bit too much to bear. The nades looking primed perfectly. And actually, it's going to be even the Molotov of Atomic to kind of put the nail in the coffin, wrap it up in style for the Uzbekistan team. It's now 9 squads are left in this lobby. And in particular, you talked about DG, right, looking to fight onto Champions, but I think they read the elimination feed really well. Saw that Champions were fully unwounded off the back of that engage. Not really worth it. We still have a compound in zone. If they were down to maybe just a duo or even just a solo player, then they would definitely commit. That is the DG we know and love. But this one is just not worth the effort. A circle shifts once again, and a team that is in zone. There's only 2 teams in a circle here. It's going to be GOAT Team and Aurora Gaming, left stranded and looking to go hard on that win.
Yeah, both of them with their fingers crossed that they can close it here. You forget about Aurora, you forget about a GOAT. The other teams will come back kicking themselves if they do. Nades in. Fearless with the backstab there. Good adjustment onto Ravio as he will fall pre-pod with a sideline shot as well. That's DG still getting stuck into the mud, letting everyone just whittle each other down as they throw all of their investment at each other on this hillside battle. Demo sprinting from cover to cover. Eyes finding the targets, but he's not able to deliver swift death on them as they will be able to turn their attention, and Misha will handle that encounter. Instantly goes for the pickup play on his mate as well, so Afterlife can try and get themselves back up and live to fight another day.
Of a perilous situation for Afterlife, because yet DG are there. Now this is worth it. Now they know they have that man advantage and they can leverage it for themselves to claim more real estate up north. The blue zone going to be ticking hard, trying to rush his way through. Misha not even trying to get into the car, just trying to run his way, sprint into the zone. But up north, Aurora are set up beautifully on these rocks. A little bit of extra elevation actually with that kind of rocky terrain to see Avalanche, to see DG77, to see the remaining players of Afterlife. They still got 0 eliminations, which is the way you want to do it. Again, a low elimination chicken dinner is still a chicken dinner and would be enough to convert it into a smash and become your PMGO EECA champions. They don't need to get involved in the fight that would make it risky for you to get that win.
And they ain't got to do anything but just sit and wait. The more squads that go down, the weaker they are, the better it is for them on this one. Windy on the move here as Afterlife hold on by the smallest Fred. At least 2 players alive. They're going to wrap around the backhand side and possibly run down towards the angle that's in play of Avalanche if they keep moving on this trajectory. GOAT team could be forced to fight soon as well. Once that zone starts to shuffle. Ooh, Reefers. We cut to his POV and see that they're able to find the Avalanche squad that are getting a little bit too close to comfort and do put some bullets down range. So many teams nearby, though. Don't outstay your welcome.
It's even fine if they don't get the flushes. All you really want to do is just zone teams away and make it known that that push is not going to happen. You go for it. We're just fully ready to fight you. So overall, good game plan as zoning them back, though. Windy and Misha were able to kind of lick their wounds up north in the blue zone and make their way into the playable area. And you see Aurora actually going slightly more on the low ground, which top, if you get spotted by Misha, could get a bit risky. There's a circle moving away. No one is in the play zone except for 6th player from 777. And it's going to be on the ground, just going low towards Milter Fields. This is literally on this circle, Jackie, the worst situation imaginable. Every team forced to go for a quick rotation. You need to gatekeep the sides of this zone. in particular, if you're Aurora or GOAT team, if you want to have good success, and it will be windy spotted eventually. But yeah, you got to keep fighting and clear the space around you because this circle is hell on earth.
Yeah, what was a good setup for some of these teams for so long suddenly just disappears in the palm of your hand, and you're left scratching your head about how to contend with this one. Molodoy on the move down the hillside. Avalanche still standing, still able to fight after picking off one of the members of Afterlife. So they're left with just that solo. It's not too much stock in their camp whatsoever. Far harder position to be in now for these teams. And Aurora, when do they take their leave? When do they make a move? They're just keeping themselves smoked in and safe for now. Zone starting to whittle away some of the other players as Mad will get caught. DG77 might crash up towards it as well. So Aurora in a sandwich between Avalanche and DG77. But of all teams, it's GOAT that fire a few rounds up towards Prepod and enable that first knock.
It might look a bit weird on the map feed, but Misha sure has got the same color as Aurora, almost. But I can tell you, he's an enemy. He's not their 5th player. So that could really just kind of ruin their opportunity of survival. As they are barely in play zone for some of the players on the more southern edge, but they do spot Misha. I think they heard maybe an audio cue. So they're going to be putting their focus on now 3 teams. There's Avalanche to the east, DG77 to the west, and 1 solo up north. Not a comfortable position, but DG looking to just leave the vicinity entirely, sending it deep in this circle over to the rock formation, and Aurora instantly trying to shut down that rotate, though no knock will be found. And Avalanche doing a great play too, sending out to DG. This is literally the perfect setup for Aurora. Jackie maybe being gifted the perfect off angle, and the eliminations just flooding the way of Aurora.
They absolutely farm them. Everyone crashes on top of one another and they throw away that great position they had for so long. Both teams that could have closed out Aurora sacrificed themselves against one another and are now trapped with a tiny amount of cover to play with nades landing on top of them. It's only Nomi left from DG77. The man from Afterlife was flushed out in amidst all this chaos as well. So the question of how Aurora would survive those 3 squads, well, they extinguished themselves.
I was so confused, the fact they're going for it, but they don't know this is Aurora, right? Chances are they have no idea which team this is up there. And because of that, might just have gifted the trophy to the Mongolian super team. And they still have vehicles in working condition. Making that push is going to be great because the only kind of cover you have in this circle is that one big boulder where DG sent it with the likes of Avalanche. But now that position's been cleared almost fully. Only Nomi stands over there. And the only squads that could be a real threat to this win for them is going to be GOAT and Vicious, and also 777 in this situation. 3 full teams and a solo in Nomi. And all that stands between Aurora Gaming and the win here in PMGO ECA Season 1. They make it to the rock looking for Nomi.
Dark looking to just close it. Goes around the corner with a nade primed. There's the close engagement. Ooh, quick shot back. He got the knock, but they can still save the dock. Ironic, he's going to be the one picked back up, but a hell of a position to be in now. Aurora with 4 players still standing. Top up on the hillside, armed with weapons he's very capable with. Let's see if he can deliver some swift death.
He's got over 500 bullets with the MK12. That's more than enough. Okay, just spray the entire match. He can shoot until the end game, and you know what? He might still have some bullets to spare. He was really going hard on that looting stage. So here you go. Vicious, 777, clashing fully over there in the fields of Milta. It's going to look tough, and this is looking like a clean setup. It's going to be down to GOAT team to defend it. If they can maybe delay this tournament a bit further. It's over in the shed here. So many players knocked, but Koa will be looking to save his brother of Icy. Been just such a positive aspect of this team. As Aurora get the opening one again, it's going to be Doc for the dub. Getting one onto Force, looking for the flush. Can't quite get it just yet. As goes on that second spray down, and that is going to be an extra elimination as GOAT team get fully eliminated. I was going to say, Jackie, this was the only team that could compete for the win from that high ground position. They're now out of the equation. It's 3 teams left, 777, Vicious, and a full squad of Aurora Gaming.
Oh, and the Vicious get hit from the sideline top. You said he had 500 rounds of ammo. Already 50 of them have been spent because he's been shooting players down as he keeps tapping away, you peek, he's going to put you in an early grave. This could be the Aurora victory if they can keep their heads switched on. So close to greatness, fingertips grabbing at it. Nothing is granted, but this team has earned everything over the past few days, Max. And now all it would take is one final play here in the head-to-head between them, 777 and the Vicious, and they could close it down with a smash rule victory. Another knock onto Narvalo, but where does it go from here?
Oh, and also Rufus getting some big numbers, looking to join the MVP gang. He's the only one on this team that's yet to claim an MVP title, and if he gets the win here, chances are he might be crowned our tournament MVP. Aurora, I would say, got to be careful not to split too far apart. Vicious still have a monster. The nade of Rufus, the 1v4 from a range. And this might just be the nail in the coffin. Out of nowhere, Rufus showing he's one of the best of Mongolia as he makes his way into the play zone, looking to end this tournament with a smash.
Unbelievable scenes. Lines them up and knocks them down. The god hand of Rufus delivering as he makes a fist and punches through the Vicious. It's only 777 that remains, but I don't think this will be a jackpot for them as the Joker has been played. And it is Aurora looking to close it here. All it would take is one more shutdown. They could win it off the back of this game, Max. Let's see if it's possible. The collapse from 777. They drive up. Doc unleashes the magazine onto one. He's low on health, but he's got back up, and the rest of 777 is crumbling under the pressure. Nade over the top side. They're low on health as Rufus once again delivers his second big nade of this game. If they can just find it, that will be the tournament going their way. They've done it! Aurora are your champions!
3 games is all they needed to convert the win. 777 disappointed after that performance. They just didn't have the opportunity of a comeback because the tournament ends early. 3 games taken out of the final day of the Grand Finals, and indeed Aurora Gaming will be crowned your PMGO EECA Grand Champions here of Season 1 and will be making it to Jakarta for the LAN event.
Mate, Rufus, you said it so many days ago, Max, singing his praises, saying he's the unsung hero, someone you wanted to see, really giving his flowers for how much work he's put in. That nade was the icing on the cake for an incredible tournament that he's played. Unbelievable. Watching it with my mouth agape to see him blow everyone up. The Vicious went down, and Aurora, well, they smashed through the competition, but hell of a play.
That grenade is going to go down in PUBG Mobile Esports history. What a move. What a chuck. No one is going to say Kobe anymore. Everyone's going to say Rufus on those grenade throws. What a play indeed. And really, the moment the GOAT team went down, I was like, yeah, it's looking game over. The man did not need to flex that hard to wrap up the win, as all of these players walking out in triumph, victorious in this event. They've had some shaky starts,